Hello YouTube, this is Christopher Wasanya. So this is my second video in a series of my journey to building a solar power business in Nigeria. So today it's titled The Beginning. In 2013 March, I separated from JP Morgan. It wasn't a pleasant one. I'd never been in a position where I had lost a job due to a decision made by an employer. I usually was the one that quit, and I'd actually prepared to quit. I had been made an offer, which was later withdrawn after JP Morgan terminated me. So I applied for jobs, and the way I could get a job doing what I continued to do was if I brought a letter from a lawyer showing that I was suing my employer for wrongful termination, which I started to do, but it got a little too expensive. So I applied for a bunch of jobs, applied for positions that I knew I was overqualified for. And after 3 months, actually after 2 months, March, April, May, in May I decided that the job market did not want me and I had to be a creator of jobs instead of being a seeker of jobs. Now, the one place I knew I could make a difference in was Nigeria. Nigeria had a perennial power problem. I had been in Nigeria in 2012, December, and I couldn't sleep at night because of the noise from generators. So I, being the knight in shining armor, figured I could solve the power problem in Nigeria. So I incorporated Atlantic Waste and Power System, and the original intent was to use garbage to generate electricity. So I was solving two problems. One, removing trash, of which there was a lot of, and then turning that trash into electricity. So I went online and I studied as much as I could, found out who the players were, found out who had enjoyed any success in Nigeria, and I partnered with one company in Nigeria, Consedem Associates out of Ibadan, and I partnered with a company out of Maryland, and decided to call on my contacts from the past, people who I'd gone to school with, to see if they could put me in touch with any government agencies, waste management agencies in any state that wasn't in Lagos. So we got lucky and we got an appointment with Kaduna Environmental Protection Agency. We've been talking to them. They wanted us to take over one of their landfills and manage the landfill for them. They also wanted us to build a transfer station for them. We were so excited. So I got on the plane, feeling pretty pumped, feeling pretty excited that on my first try, I was going to knock it out of the ballpark. Get to Lagos, from Lagos, go to Ibadan, meet with the partner, Consedem Associates, met with the founder of the company. This company had done a lot of work. They'd done some water projects. They designed the first integrated waste management system in all of West Africa, and that was in Lagos. So I felt I was in good company. Then I got on the plane and flew to Kaduna, and that was where things changed. So we show up at the landfill. Landfills are supposed to be acres. So you can stand on one end and you cannot see the other end of the landfill. And you run into the general things you run into landfills in Nigeria. So scavengers who were scavenging, collecting plastic, collecting metals, collecting plastic containers, wood, things they could later resell because they had value. They had calorific value in addition to having market value. So the wood they could burn, the plastics and the metal they could sell to a scrap dealer. And then I get into the landfill itself. Here I am dressed in a suit, get into the landfill, and I look from one end and I could see the other end of the landfill. And that was like, oh my God. So I made the young man who took me drive me so we could see where the end of the landfill was. And we barely got into the car and we're at the end of the landfill. And I was like, what did I just get myself into? Here I was thinking that people had a handle of what it was. They thought they knew and did, and they had no clue. So that was my first experience. So I came back and met a young man who had come from California He had basically sold most of what he had, and he had been spending quite a lot of time at the hotels. I was at Sheraton on the island, and he told me, he still had this hope. And the donkey that has the carrot in front of it, and he continues to think he could reach the carrot and could never get the carrot. He had signed all these agreements, all these power purchase agreements. He was ready to get going, but there was always this little but. And this had been going on for 2 years. Well, here I was. I didn't have 2 years. I didn't think my family had 2 years. We still had, did I have any kids in college at the time? 2013, yes. I think we had one child in college at the time. One had graduated in 2012, the other was graduating in 2013, and I had 8 years to prepare for my youngest child. Actually, less than 8 years. There's an 8 year gap. Yeah, 8 years. So, it wasn't going well. It just wasn't going at all. So I came back to the US and decided to change directions. So I started doing research on solar, and we decided that solar was what we were going to do. So I'll end the video here. So what lesson did I learn? One, yes, you plan and plan and plan and plan, and then you show up, things don't go well, and you need to recognize early enough that the direction you've chosen to go with your company might not be the direction that will lead you to the promised lands. So be prepared to turn, and turn quickly. So that's what I did. I went from waste management, which is the name of the company, and power, and decided to go into, we're still in power, but now we're doing it with solar. So I'll tell you on the next chapter how we got into solar, how we funded our first purchases, and then what our experiences were. So thank you for watching. Once again, this is Christopher Owasanya. I am coming to you from New Jersey. One thing, as you can see, I'm wearing a hat and I'm dressed warm, something I never have to experience in Nigeria. Today is April 18th. Yesterday was April 17th. It was snowing. Okay, so there's a big plus I get from being in Nigeria. It is warm. Actually, it's hot. So thank you for watching. Tune in again either tomorrow or the day after for the next chapter in my journey to building a solar power business in Nigeria. If you've not subscribed, please click the subscribe button below. And if you like what I'm saying, give us a thumbs up. And also make comments or ask questions or make suggestions as to what you'd like to see in our next video.